Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell by the title of the video, we are here to review the new Mini Xenon palette by Natasha Denona. So if you would like to see what I think about this palette and the other two items that I did purchase from this collection and the two eye looks, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Alright guys, so this new collection by Natasha Denona is called the Smoke and Vision collection. She released a little mini eyeshadow palette. She also released some eye pencils, I believe 3 shades, cream eyeliners that are in little glass containers, a smudging brush, and she is also including the new liquid liner that she just recently released, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, in this collection as part of the collection. I only purchased 3 items. I purchased the Mini Xenon palette. I purchased one of the cream eyeshadows. I thought I purchased a black one, but no, this is the dark brown, so I probably will not be using this today. And I also went ahead and purchased the brush. Let's go ahead and get started with the eye look. I'll go over prices at the end, along with my thoughts about what I think about this collection. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the eye looks. Okay guys, let's start on look number 1 with the Mini Xenon palette by Natasha Denona. I am going to first go into the cream shade. It's like an off-white. I would call it like a bone color. I'm using airbrush for 15 and I'm just going to use this to set my whole eyelid. Nothing fancy. So this first look, I think I'm just going to stick to a nice simple look, more on the softer side. I will use the black, but probably not too much of it. All right, this is what that's looking like. Now I'm going to dig into this shade right here, which is like a beautiful gray. I see just a tiny bit of blue in there, a tiny bit. And I'm going to focus this mainly on the outer corner crease as well. Probably bring it up a tiny bit. Oh yeah, I'm using a Ariel and Morphe 820. Okay, this is what the eyes are looking like. I'm totally getting a 90s vibe from this eye look and I'm okay with that. All right, now I'm going to go in with this shade right here and it's like a dark gray, but I also see a small hint of blue in there. It could just be my eyes deceiving me, but yeah. I'm going to also focus this on the outer corner and also on the crease. I'm using a Morphe M330. All right, guys, this is what we have so far. You're probably thinking, Mary, subtle my ass. What I mean is it's a lot softer because I am going to try and not use the black in this look really. Okay, now we're going to dig into the shimmer shade, which is the star of this palette. And I did use my finger. I did tap it on the back of my hand just a tiny bit so it's not as concentrated because I don't want it to be super metallic. I kind of just want a wash of it, almost like I'm just adding like glitter to it. Like I don't want it to look super metallic. I did end up picking up a small little trial size of the new Natasha Denona liquid liner. You guys know, if you've been here for a while, I don't really use liquid liner much, if at all. I'm going to jump off camera real quick and see if I can get this on. I will more than likely just do a small wing, and yeah, so wish me luck. Okay guys, this is what we have so far. My wings are totally not the same. One is higher than the other one, but you know what, it's okay. It's been a good minute since I've used a liquid liner. So I did watch Morgan and Patty Alonso. They did review this eyeliner. They were part of the campaign, I believe. And Morgan did say that it was a little bit, I think watery is the word she used. It might have been something different, but that's what I understood from it. And I definitely felt that with this eyeliner. The tip itself is easy to use, but just the formula itself, it just seemed watery. So it definitely was not easy for me, who doesn't do winged liner, especially with a liquid liner often. So it was a little bit of a struggle, but I got there. It's okay. It's definitely not an easy product to use, at least not for me personally. So I doubt I'll be reaching for this too often. I did go in with an NYX. This is like a silver eyeliner, and I did put this on my waterline. I also went ahead and put just a tiny bit on my lower lash line. And then in my inner corner, I did go in with a little bit of eye base. And then I went and just concentrated like the bone color just to make it pop a tiny bit. I am definitely happy with what I'm seeing. So let me get the lashes on and I will show you how everything looks. All right, guys, and here it is. Here is the final look. I know it's still dramatic, but I still feel like it's a soft look compared to what it could be when you add black to an eye look. But I definitely am really enjoying it. This silver eyeliner by NYX, what shade is this? Platinum. Such a good liner, and it's perfect for this eye look. I'm so glad that I purchased that. Geez, it was probably 2 years ago. I did use some of the highlighter that I used on my brow bone, and that's it. This is the final eye look. What do you guys think? All right, guys, well, let's go ahead and move on to look number 2, which will definitely be a pretty smoky eye look, and I can't wait. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started with look number 2. And like I said, this is going to be a pretty smoky eye look. But let's go ahead and get started with this shade right here, which is off-white bone shade. I'm using a Refer number 15. And I think I'm just going to focus this mostly on my crease. You probably won't be able to see it much. I did prime my eyes with the Makeup by Mario, and I did use the setting powder in there to set it. It's thundering outside, so yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too loud. Not that that matters, because my toddler is here too anyways, and sometimes she just doesn't know how to be quiet. Okay, now the next shade we're going to jump into is going to be the second lightest shade, which is the very light gray. You know, to me, let me know if you guys see it too, but I honestly see just a tiny bit of blue in both of these grays. I don't know, what do you think? Am I seeing things? I'm going to use a Sigma E35. And I'm also going to concentrate this on my crease. I'll probably smoke it out quite a bit. I'll more than likely just end up using that off-white bone shade to kind of diffuse any edges that I need to in the eye look. But this one is going to stay in the crease, and I will more than likely do a halo eye today, just because I don't want a like complete blackout eye look for this look. I feel like I can do so much more, you know? Okay, this is what things are looking like. Now we're going to go in to the deepest gray in the palette. It has the names in the back. Gloom, I think it's what it's called. And we are going to focus this on the outer corner and the inner corner. I'm using a Sigma E25, and I'm stamping it first and then I am blending it. So with the first eye look, I did kind of feel that I had a hard time blending this shade out. It could have been the brush that I was using. I was using a Morphe brush, and maybe the synthetic bristles that it had just wasn't working well with the shade, because now that I'm using the Sigma brush, I'm not having that same issue. It's definitely blending a lot easier than it did with the first look. I definitely feel like dark colors are hard to work with anyways as far as blending wise, so make sure you're using your best quality brushes to blend these shades out if you decide to pick this palette up. Okay guys, this is what we have so far. I did end up bringing those two gray tones on my lower lash line. The lower gray, I went ahead and used it all over the lower lash line, and the dark gray, I used it in the inner corner and the outer corner. We're just going to reflect what we have on the top and the bottom. Now we're going to dig in to the deepest black right here. See how it goes. I'm using a Refer number 13, so it's a very small and precise brush. I am treading very softly. As you can see, I got a very small amount of black on there. I don't want to put too much pigment right off the bat. I want to definitely build up, and I definitely feel like that was more than enough black. I don't want that gray to disappear, you know? And just with most eye looks, I go back with the brushes from the other shades and touch all the other colors up anyways. You kind of have to. Sometimes you lose one shade and you just have to retouch it a tiny bit. Okay, it just started raining, and unlike the rain, I can go shh and it will stop. All right, so this is what we have so far. I literally went in very lightly. As you can tell, like my brush, there's not much in there, and a little bit went a long way. So I do feel like it's a pretty easy black to work with. Now we're going to dig in to the star of the show, and it's the shimmery shade Chromatic. I don't think I said the names of the shades in my first look. Sorry guys. I'm gonna use my finger, and this is going to go in the middle. As you can see, I didn't really care what the shape of the halo was because I knew it was going to get covered with shimmer anyways. When it comes to like halos, I don't care what shape they end up becoming really, because the middle ends up being covered up anyways. And this is a gorgeous metallic shade. I'm also putting it on the lower lash line. I am getting a tiny bit of fallout, but not too bad. All right guys, this is what the eyes are looking like. This is before mascara and lashes. I did end up using that off-white bone shade in the inner corner and the brow bone. So let me go ahead and, can you guys hear that? It's like a storm outside. All right, let me go ahead and get my lashes on and whatnot, and I will show you the final look. All right guys, I am back. Here is the final look. I did go ahead and add a very tiny little wing on the outer corner. I did use the Natasha Denona eyeliner. Like I said, with the first eye look, I did get a little trial size. And I also went ahead and used my metallic NYX gel liner on my waterline, and I did tightline with it as well, but here it is. It's very metallic. It's very 90s if you ask me. But yeah, so let me know what you think. All right guys, why don't you let me know down below which look you prefer, look 1 or look number 2, this one. Let me zoom out and we could talk real quick and finish up this video. All right, now that we are nice and zoomed out, let's go ahead and get to talking about this Smoke and Vision collection by Natasha Denona. So the products that I picked up are the mini Xenon palette, the little smudging brush, and the cream liner in the shade brown, which I totally thought I got black, but I guess not. It's a little glass component, which I really enjoy. The eyeshadow palette will run you for $25. The cream liner itself will run you for $24. And the brush cost me $18. Honestly, I got the brush because I didn't end up getting one of the pencil eyeliners. It just really didn't interest me too much. So I figured, okay, let me just go ahead and grab something else from the collection. I will definitely be putting this to use with the cream liner. It has the little angled brush, and then it has like a smudging brush. Here are the swatches, and as you can see, the black did not swatch well at all. I think I dipped 2 or 3 times into it, and that's how it looks after dipping in that many times. Definitely doesn't swatch well, but it does perform well. It was a dream to work with. It blended beautifully. A very, very, very nice black to work with, but I wouldn't expect any less from Natasha Denona. The palette does have a 24-month shelf life, and it is made in Italy. And for the cream liner, it has an 18-month shelf life, and it is made in Italy. The quality in this palette definitely did not disappoint. So what do I think of this mini Xenon palette by Natasha Denona? This palette is not going to be for everyone. A lot of people don't like wearing black eyeshadow, and I can definitely see why. I kind of feel like it takes away from the rest of your face. I don't wear black eyeshadow too often. I'm definitely not one of those people that needs to have a black in every eyeshadow palette. I have never been that kind of person. And it could also be because I don't wear eyeliner like on my lid too often. So for me, black has just never been a standard to have in a palette. I think when it comes to a gray and black eyeshadow palette, Natasha Denona did it perfectly. What I mean is that there's only so many combinations that you can do, that if you do too many, it doesn't even matter because you're still going to end up looking like you have a gray look. Example, the cremated palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I don't support that brand anymore, but I do own that eyeshadow palette. I believe it's a 30-pan eyeshadow palette, and it's all like different tones of gray. You know, some of them have a little bit of brown in there, some of them have a little bit of green. It's different tones of grays and blacks and whites. At the end of the day, even when I used 6 different shades on my lid, it still looked like I only had 2 different shades of gray on my eyelids. Gray is just a very hard shade. They just get washed out, and it literally just looks like it's going from like a black to dark gray to like light gray, and that's it. That's all you're going to get. It doesn't matter how many different grays you have used. So I definitely do feel that Natasha did it perfectly, because you have this off-white. She could have gone with white, but she went with off-white, which I actually prefer than actual white. A light gray, a dark gray, and a black. And then, you know, your shimmer topper. And that is all you need, because at the end of the day, if you use 5 different shades of gray, it's still going to look like you only have 2 different grays and a black. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope I got my point across. Natasha Denona did this just right. If these are your colors, if you love black and you love gray and you love like a silver metallic eye look, then definitely it is worth investing in this eyeshadow palette, because these are all the tones you need to create this look. Trust me, you don't need any more shades of gray. I loved playing around with this eyeshadow palette. There's not too many different eye looks you can create. I think what you can do with this palette is change up the style and maybe the placement of the colors, and that will change up your look. But as far as creating too many different looks, I don't think you're going to get too much from this eyeshadow palette. Okay, well, I think that pretty much concludes this video. I didn't get to try out the gel liner, so I can't really give you my opinions on that. I hope you guys loved the 2 eye looks that I did create. Please make sure and let me know which one is your favorite one down below. I would love to know. And also let me know if you picked up this palette. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or are you just not interested at all in it? Let me know. I would like to know. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. We are so close to the 500 subscribers. I seriously cannot wait, guys. I cannot wait. As always, I will go ahead and link everything down below that I have on the rest of my face that I did not mention in my video. Why don't you go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up? I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm and hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Like I keep saying in every video, I am on the journey of hopefully reaching 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2021, and I am almost at the halfway point. So click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Okay, guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye.